Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? I double back. I double back. I double back. I double back. Yo, welcome to, I guess this will be night conversations with Legacy City. Oh, it's like a nightcap. That's not where I'm going with it, though, people. That's not where I'm going with it. It's not where I'm going with it. Hey, man, I have a special guest in the building with me tonight. I have a very special guest to me tonight. Author, activist, spokesperson, representing the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? Doing it BIG. That damn the scared dog shot at me just then. That shit popped up. Y'all ain't hear it. But we in the building, man. I double back around. Hey, I'm trying to see what I'm doing my night thing. Y'all make sure y'all want to hear this. We're gonna talk about a simple-minded woman. Maybe I said it wrong, but I want to introduce y'all to my player partner, Miss Arthur Jan. What up, Jan?
What's going on with you?
Yeah, much chilling, man. What's up with your famo?
Uh, Pretty much nothing much.
Yeah, you like the intro?
Yeah, I like it.
You know what I'm saying? The celebrity status. This is she usually is not online. She usually is not online. You know what I'm saying? She's super lit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see us laid back Jan. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This my brother, of course, Humble G as well, linked us up a while back, but timing and stuff of that nature. So we came back around, and we already got a follow-up interview coming up about some other stuff that we're gonna touch down. But for right now, we're gonna dive in. We're gonna dive in, Jan. You don't mind? I can call you Jan.
No, I don't mind. Go ahead.
All right, for
But I'm
sure.
saying, yeah, go ahead. Should I put on a hat or should I not put on a hat?
Let me see. We gotta do hat trials. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do hat trials.
Here's that. Uh,
Okay. You gonna
well,
tilt it? You gonna tilt it like that?
yeah,
I just
well,
feel like a nostalgic TLC video about to just start out of nowhere. Boom, 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 boom,
that's
boom,
what
boom,
I'm
boom.
doing.
Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. I feel you. There we go. That's how you rock it. I feel it. I feel you. I feel you. So Jay, let's talk, man. Let's talk. So let's talk about what made you. What's the name of your book?
The name of the book is called "Changing the Mindset of a Woman."
Change,
Yeah,
changing
changing the
this.
mindset.
Whew. Go
Just
ahead.
talk about our church mistakes, consequences, and recovery. And a lot of people would think that they will associate our church with, being a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the church, as a little girl, as a young girl growing up, I found that I handled life the same way as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I notice like when people give advice, they always talk about relationship, where there is no perfect relationship, where the person is good or bad. But when you don't take the time to go through the recovery process, what you're doing, you're carrying a lot of baggage from your past. So it's just like if whoever that person dealt with, you're carrying their baggage. So you're carrying a legacy of baggage with you.
Mm.
And if you the recovery process, then guess what? You're going to find yourself jumping from relationship after relationship, trying to find something in the next person. When at the end of the day, you're the only one standing there. When everybody else
Yeah.
leaves, only one left. So you have to
Wow.
look
I'm gonna ask you a
at
question, man. Do I'm doing a black thing right now. I'm drinking an orange soda, so don't judge me, okay?
okay. I have nothing
So
going on.
do women do women hold each other accountable?
To a certain degree, but not so.
Ooh.
Because women, sometimes, I'm a woman, but sometimes women tend to play the victim more than they are the victim. So you have to,
Mm.
it's just like when people give advice, they don't realize that they're giving advice to the same home wrecker. So you have to pick. So you have a woman, don't get mad women, you have the prostitutes, and you have the whores.
The
So when
horse.
whores, so you have to learn how to categorize them. Because some women have a lifetime, yes, they 9 to 5, wrecking people home. And
Mm.
we have to tell them the truth. We have to just stop like giving us a pat on the hand. And the minute a man says something, it becomes a problem. And you ever notice like when people have a conversation, they don't never cater to, a lot of things that go on with the man.
Uh-huh.
They always the needs of the woman when in fact women are not as innocent as they proclaim to be. What a
Mm.
man don't realize is when a woman see you, she gonna see you before you see her.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So she
and
she
when
like a bald eagle. So she up in the sky. I should have put that video up there where that eagle came down and picked up that little boy. He ain't see him. You know what I'm saying? That's how the woman sees the guy before the guy see himself, and she already picked out her prey. That's what you're saying.
yeah, so now just think about it. If you're not going somewhere looking for something as a single woman, a woman do certain things because only because she wants to be noticed. If the
Mm.
woman noticed, she wouldn't take the time to fix herself up. That's only because she want to be noticed. But like I was telling men think that they're players. No, brothers, you all are not players.
They just crush
Women
a
are the
lot.
huh?
Do they just crush a lot?
Yeah, I mean, women, women do the same thing. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not talking about the women. I'm just talking from experience, just exposing the experience that I had. I done been in situations where, when a woman can't get a man attention, she use her body.
Mm.
If she can't get his attention one way, she use her body.
Mm.
Because if we really want to, really want to talk about the truth, lust is the new love.
Lust is the new love.
Because
Okay.
if a man was impotent, what do you say, impotent,
Mm-hmm.
uh, what would she have to love about him?
Mm.
Vice versa.
Well,
And
this is
then,
Go-
go ahead.
real quick. I was thinking like, cause it been times where like you can give just as a man you can give a, and I've seen this multiple times where you can give a woman everything she asks for, and you working on like fulfilling desires, and I ain't necessarily talking about like sexually, right? But
Hmm.
I'm talking about their list, their standard list. Women got a standard list, and a lot of times they're not ready to meet somebody that can fulfill that list, and they got to return their energy. A lot of times, women will find an escape to get out or away. So, as a man, is that man wrong for reading it as you just have shown me that I, through my good and my bad and my flaws, that I'm not worth building, even though my pros outweigh my cons. So if a man starts treating you and acting different, is he wrong for that?
No, he's not wrong.
Although you
Because
go ahead, I'm
no,
sorry.
he's no, you're fine. He's not wrong because when you get to a certain age, I was saying like, when you get to a certain age, it's time to stop looking. It's time to start selling. We are not designed for a lot of things that we bring on ourselves. So, you can't pick and choose. You either want to be the weaker vessel or you want to be the strong woman that say, I don't need a man. But you can't pick and choose. And like I said, a lot of times, my experience was not being able to commit is because I had a father in my life, but he worked all the time.
Uh
And
huh.
that was a life that I did not know. It's
Wow.
just like I said, I was a little girl. I said I don't believe I never understood what real love was because I don't believe I received unconditional love as a child. So I grew up to become the woman who accepted the love that came with conditions. So we always have to get to the root of the problem. Like I was saying, like, sometimes we give so much wrong advice. It's like, I hear women talk. You don't have to try to convince no one how happy you are. And
Ooh.
when you
Mm.
convincing someone, you try to convince someone about how happy you are, then you need to start checking yourself. Because
Mm.
somewhere down you're in denial because the happiness comes from within you. It don't come
Mm.
from else. A lot of people depend on other people. They're like, oh well, this person is good to me, but are you good to yourself?
Definitely. So I mean, like, I don't know. I think a lot of the times, because I mean, I've been a man my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So I can't speak from a woman's behalf, right? But I just
Uh,
feel like a lot of women, like I said all the time, they can't give the energy they want. You know what I'm saying? The expectations, the standards, the energy, the things they can't give what they want. You know what I'm saying? What they would like for you to give to them, they can't put it or project it, right? And
right.
so even like it just it's so much. I did a show a couple of days ago. I was talking about people do what they don't say. You know what I'm saying? They don't say anything, but their action says everything. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm just like, when it comes to, you know, even when it comes to try to changing a person or whatever, I can't say this as a fact, but generally you hear a vague statement that women can't accept the truth, right? And when you put it out there, the truth out there to a woman, it becomes a game for them to change the narrative of that truth. Do you
Mm-hmm.
think? Do you think? I mean, on all aspects. Well, I can change a man, or I can make you want a relationship, or I can make you a believer, or I can do this. Do you think when it's put out there, the women take it as this is a game? I can change the mind frame and aspect, or a retrospect of how he thinking or what he don't want. Cause I hear people like, oh, he ain't know what he want till I came around, or he ain't do this until I came around. Boom, boom, boom. So even when it comes to the saying alpha male, alpha female,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if it's an alpha don't back down, whether it's male or female, it's a compromise in the middle. If one alpha look for an escape to get out of there, then you're really not an alpha female or alpha male. That's just my opinion. What's your thought
Well,
on that?
you know what? It's like I said, when you get to a certain age and you find yourself dating and dating and dating, then you have to really sit back and check yourself.
Mm-hmm.
This is me. I feel like life should be normal. You know, it's just like if you are as good as you say you are, then you can have a potential effect on a person that'll make them change. It's no
Mm.
such thing as a person can't change. It's just that what you're bringing to the table and what they are willing to let go. A lot of times
Mm.
bring too much to the table, and then it's just like, okay, you judging your past relationship, your new relationship for what happened on your past. So you have to learn how to separate the men from the boys. Are you dating boys or are you dating men? Okay, let's talk about cheating. I feel like, people put so much into cheating. Men, if you have to cheat, then you're not a man to me. That's just my opinion. Because
Mm.
I'm not your parents. I'm not going to raise you. Think about it. When you was a kid, what you did, you stuck. You were sneaky because you knew if your parents caught you, you was going to get in trouble. Now you're taking that same behavior pattern into your adult life. Now you becoming a man that's doing the same thing. Really, really and truly, when I was a child, I spoke like a child, I act like a child, I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put away all childish things. So until we learn how to separate people, you can't get mad because you allow yourself to be played by a little boy. But don't
Mm.
get mad because you allow yourself to, commit to someone else. That's a part of maturity. Just because a person didn't realize what they had in you don't mean that you necessarily made a mistake.
But
It just like,
a lot of the times, even with that, on the flip side, right?
mm-hmm,
You know what I'm saying? A person will make you beautiful for somebody else. They will make you
right,
perfect for somebody else. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying? Or you're just convenient for somebody else, and they deal with the taxes of you for the convenience. You know, when you order on Amazon versus the store, you know what I'm saying, they charge you that convenient tax, right? So that tax may
right,
be something they totally don't like about you, but it's able to be dealt with because maybe you have put a roof over their head, or maybe this is that. You know what I'm saying? So even when it comes to cheating, even on a women side of the house, you know what I'm saying? Women do things that, a woman with emotion, they say a woman would emotionally cheat first. You know what I'm saying? A woman would emotionally cheat first, right?
mm-hmm,
But it's signs even when you try to talk to a woman, you know what I'm saying? And it's nothing. It's nothing. Because her work husband or her step husband or whoever else she already talked to that person about it. You know what I'm saying? Or
right,
even downplaying the fact, they cool with their exes and they on their Facebook pages and they in their phone, they still text back and forth or whatever. And you come
yeah,
home with that energy because your side dude done pissed you off. You know what I'm saying? So it's different things in that. And I'm just saying vaguely. I ain't saying women, I ain't saying black women or white women. I'm not saying, I'm just saying vaguely speaking. You see what I'm saying? But people leave era for those things to happen. And I know people are like, well, cheating is a choice, right? Cheating is a choice. So you gotta understand. So where men, you saying little boy, as in cheating physically and stuff of that nature. But what about the psychological damage that women leave in their carnage and behind? When,
okay, that's a good question. Okay, let me tell you, let's talk from experience. I have found that people prefer problems more than they prefer solutions. Because sometimes people could get with a good person and they would just destroy that. Like they would literally just destroy it with their own hands. Is because they are not ready. Like I said, you have to learn how to categorize people. A person that is ready to mature and, go on to the next level in their life, they are going to go there. You don't have to talk to them because they already know what they want out of life. But like I said, it's so much factor into a relationship, a healthy relationship. You may have past interference. So we have to look at everything. May have a lot of people, okay, when you get with a person, people may see, oh, that person's doing good, they changing, and then that's when they'll come around. So it's like, I notice that people linger around. If you are an ex for a reason, if you say that you with that person and you say, oh, I want to see the best for that person, why are you still hanging around? Why are you still third wheel in that person's life? Let it go. Move on. Close those doors and move on. I have, like I said, talking from my past experience, it's just that people don't know how to walk away. They hang around. It's just that it's crazy that when you in a relationship with a new person, that person have to deal with your ex. Okay, if I'm not questioning you about that, then why is your ex still hanging around? And it's like, it's not that you introduced me to her or him or whatever, or her, but then you know me. But they still, I had to correct that. I was shooting on the man, but I had to correct that. But they still hanging around. Move on. Let it go. Look, you're too old for that. Follow each other on social media. Whenever the boundaries come in. And like I said, I done had experience where the man don't even pursue the woman. But the woman has a determination because when she see that man doing good or he looking good, she's like, oh, okay, he's doing good. And don't realize that man have a good woman behind him that's standing on his side, that making sure his clothes is clean, that making sure his food is fixed, that making sure that he look good when he goes in front of his friends. And then when they get to that situation, then they be like, wait a minute, hold on a second, that go to red flags. Because you was only judging him by what he had in his, what you saw, not what was put into him, what was sown into his life. And that's why, like I said, you have to look at everything, the involvement in a relationship, because you have people that will, like I said, it's all about control. Okay. People want to control.
Yeah, thank you. I feel like I made a comment. I used to make this comment, and I still stand by this, right? As a man, if you move in a house with a woman, you're homeless. That's my statement, my comment, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't feel the same if you're a man and you're bringing a woman into a home that you have built for them, for you all, right? I don't think that that's two different things, right? And I do believe when it comes to men having versus women having, women seem to have a power trip over a man if the man makes or do lesser than a woman. You know what I'm saying? So if she makes 400,000, he makes 44,000, and it's a possibility, not all, but it's a possibility. It's a power trip there in that woman's possession versus the man making 444,000 and a woman making 44,000. I just feel like men don't power trip. A lot of men don't power trip about that because they feel good knowing their woman don't have to do anything, but she can do it by choice. You know what I'm saying? And there are some men that are financially abusive. You know what I'm saying? And it works both ways. And I think it's easy to point that out for men. But when it comes to women, a lot of women get a lot of pass. A lot of women leave a lot of men. They break good men, great men. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They break good men, but I feel like a lot of women ain't held accountable. You could tell a woman accountability by the type of friends she deals with. You know what I'm saying? So I would not put myself in a situation in a relationship and hang around a bunch of, if my guys got players and side chicks and stuff, any of my friends can validate. They'll tell you if something messed up in the home, I'm not the homeboy that talk to you street. I'm like, you better fix that. You better handle your accountability, and you got to deal with all the repercussions. But however, don't submit yourself as a slave under abuse. Once you say I messed up, accountability, et cetera, try to build from there if you can. I don't think women do that with each other. I don't hear stories where women do, hey, you messed up that, boom, 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 and whatever comes with it, you just gotta deal with it or you go fix that. I don't see that happening. I don't feel like that happens enough. Correct me
Well,
if I'm wrong.
I'm one that do it, and like I said, I can only talk from my experience, and I've been around a lot of women, and I have had it that, like I said, we have to learn to separate conversations. Everybody seems to bracket the conversation on the like, on the same thing. Yeah, hold on. I think someone knocked me off. So
Hello,
they,
did somebody
yeah,
knock?
yeah, they knocked me off. They probably was trying to call me and to see what's going on back.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So
Hey, y'all, make sure y'all please y'all today y'all don't call in right now. I got her. Oh yeah, you can't. Well, you can't call in. You can, but you can't. No, don't call in yet. But we have author Jan Bromfield here with us out of San Francisco, California. And what's the name of your book? One more time.
changing the mindset of a woman.
Change.
Our church takes consequences and recovery. I got to get used to it because you have me moving in slow motion. Like, okay.
And you tell you can tell she shy on camera like a motherfucker. Look, she nervous.
Hey, I had to wear the hat because somebody always told me, they said, they were fussing at me today. I said, okay, you my wardrobe person. I said, okay, I'm gonna wear, but I won't cut my eyes up. I like people to focus on the message and not, the message and not the messenger. Like people looking at me. So
well, that's not my case. Hell, I got new growth that haven't been touched yet. So I threw this hat on. The ponytail gonna always look fly. I got that new growth. I got the J. Cole growing on in the front. You know what I'm saying? You remember when Simba was a teenage lion? He had that new growth right here. That was a mohawk. That's how mine looking. You feel me? But so let me ask you this. Speaking from a black woman's point of view, right? I gotta ask this question. You know what I'm saying? Do you think the church has played a role in black women growth and development when it comes to relationship, preparing to be a helpmate, a wife, understanding the word of submission?
Yes.
Do you think they played a detrimental role in the growth and development of the culture of the black woman mind frame when it comes to the black man?
Of course, because like I was saying, people pick and choose how they wants to look down at a person. I even said, people always talk about, well, they went in the Bible and everything started biblical, whether people want to acknowledge it or not. So, but then when people started picking things apart, like a lot of things, when they did that, they designed things just so the preacher's will sleep with somebody. I asked a friend one time, I said, do you go to church with your wife? They're like, no. I said, you need to start going to church with your wife. But the men, the conversation, you have a nice looking pastor and everything, and they like just going to church. Now you see your wife bringing another man. Now you know better. Now you know better. Football, and don't realize that your wife has taken an interest. She brings it up. What you looking for another man for? To make sure. Oh, the pastor called me. Oh, I got to go see what the pastor wants.
Talk. It's uncomfortable. You gotta be comfortable being uncomfortable.
I'm talking from experience. I grew up in the church. My father handled everything totally different. Yeah. He was always my mother. If you saw him, you saw my mother. My father was a preacher. My mother played the organ. But it was certain things that he wasn't going to do. And like I say, technically, the church have caused such a division. Because even in the Bible, people don't want to hear that. The Bible says there's anything that a woman desires to learn, let her learn in silence from her husband. So therefore, when women go to church, they are not supposed to be up under the authority of no other man. So I gotta say,
Hold
they're
on, hold
never
on, hold on.
supposed
Can you say that one more time, one more again for the people in the back? How y'all said Louisiana start from a root? Say it again. Say it
when
again.
women go to church
Uh huh.
and they are in the instructions of another man
Uh
that
huh.
is wrong and is nowhere in the Bible.
Uh huh.
But people, what they want, only man you're supposed to submit yourself to is your husband. Your husband, not the one you dating. Your husband. Even if you're dating a man and there's a potential that there's a potential that you see yourself with a lifelong commitment with him, then he has to be the head of your life. Now, that's not saying that he's supposed to ignore you, but if we want to talk about a lot of people on a biblical standpoint, well, technically, biblical is that what he joined together, let no man separate. See, the piece of paper is just another way of cheating also. So if you say just because you have a title don't mean you're right.
Just a funny thing about it, right? When I say
Yeah.
it, I sound like I'm church hurt. I sound like I'm bitching. But I always say this, like, don't let your pastor be the reason why you single. You know what I'm saying? You going to Dick Down Ministries and don't think I know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And I just brought up not too long ago, it's confirmation where it says, I don't think you as a couple or whatever, you shouldn't be under a pastor with a single pastor, female or male. I don't give a fuck what your gender is. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't go. You know that's just me. For you know what I'm saying for that thing. But a lot of the times, I seen that growing up where they try to set the standards of what the pastor is and what the pastor is. I'm like, listen. Fuck him in his pulpit, fam. Like he don't pay the bills here. A matter of fact, I you know what I'm saying. And it's not that I'm like, oh, you disrespecting the God in him. No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
I'm disrespecting
Yeah,
that. Listen.
God didn't authorize him to lead no other man's house. That's facts.
Talk that talk.
Man to lead no other man's house. You have to stop dumbing down your husband. A lot of women want what they don't want. They want it, but they don't want it.
They don't want that.
You can't be single and committed at the same time.
You single committed.
Yeah. So you have a lot of married women. Why are you posting all these pictures on social media? Who are you trying to? That's just like with a man. I'm like, why are you posting so many pictures on social media? That stuff's supposed to be over. You want your cake and you want to eat it too. Because when you're posting that stuff, you're posting that for a reason. Start being real with yourselves. That's the only thing I tell them to keep it real. Because like I said, the preachers have taken too much authority. Like God say, what he joined together, let no man separate. First of all, a man not supposed to never go before another man if he want a wife, number one.
Ooh.
You need that's when you give him the authority. Like you have to stand before him and he has to give you permission to be a man. No, it don't work like that.
And when you do go get married, and people don't know, a marriage certificate, that's another tax thing that you get taxed for. People don't understand that either. That's why I have a number on there, but you know what I'm saying? We'll go to that later. That's our second interview. We're gonna get that because I want y'all to get to know Jan, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to get to know author Jan and where she's coming from. You feel me? So, we popping that smoke. And that's the thing that I had. Like prior, I felt like I got the church was put before me, right? And people act like and during that time, I'm talking about like I'm coming fresh off of Iraq. You trying to put me on a fast? Like, bro, I will knock your anointing loose. It been 52 days, and I've been out here just dry. I'm shooting a club up. Fuck that fast. I'm moving slow tonight. You know what I'm saying? Slow music, R&B, all that. You know what I'm saying? They want somebody got to be obedient to the Bible and to the God. I'm like, I get it, but like I said, when it comes to black women in churches and marriage, I think the church overall has, like you said, and you point out some good things, even with a man. But if a man study for himself and understand, like regardless of whether I was church knowledgeable or non-knowledgeable, understand this. No man finna tell me how to run my household. No man ain't about to have that type of authority to me where I subject up under this man and how I treat my wife. And trust me, you definitely not finna tell me about being a man when your wife is the head and you the first gentleman. Like, yo, sit your ass down. It's just me. That's just how I'm rocking because I lead from the front. And as a wolf, we only love family, the acronym. If I'm in the back, I'm making sure that the guard and everything in the back of my pack is straight. So I go back into the front and lead to make sure nobody left behind. So that's what people don't understand when it comes to how church been detrimental to black marriages and black relationships. Because me personally, go ahead.
There are a lot of things that people do, you'll never read it. And then when you tell them the truth, they try to argue down and start quoting scriptures. I'm gonna be the one to say, look now, this is a different type of a God over here. Now, I don't know what God y'all are reading about, but the God I learned about, that like, whoa, God. Half of the things that they do is nowhere to be found. It's all about money. It's all about dead presidents.
Yeah,
that's all the thing is about. Go.
Of course, and I agree with that as well. So it's just like, once again, that's why I wanted your opinion on that, because when I talk about it, I just always want to hear what was it from a woman's point of view when it comes to the church and a woman's relationship with her husband. Your standpoint on that.
So, well, like I said, want your cake and eat it too. A woman that woman who does not want to completely learn from her husband is a woman that don't really want her husband, because she's not really submissive to her husband. It's all about fitting in, the fit in relationship. I want to look just as good as my girlfriends, or I don't want to look bad because I'm a certain age. But like I said, if we're going to do biblical, everything around our life was centered around biblical. So yeah, I even in the Bible, if the woman, like I said, we're gonna talk about them church folks, because they're doing everything wrong. We already know that. Because like I said, I have a leeway. I grew up in church, so they could come for me all day. My father was a pastor, and it was something that wasn't gonna go on. I say, for instance, a while back, I went in the building one time, and I had to actually leave because the person said stand up, and when I stood up, everybody was looking at me. I'm like, I'm about to go. I was so
uncomfortable. Yeah.
All I was on me. I was looking like, don't you know don't you realize you with your wife? And and I'm just, like I said, I'm just straightforward. I have had men in the church that try to use that authority to even, fool me. And what they do, what women don't realize, sometimes it's just better to not say anything than to say something at all. Because when you say about certain things and what you want, you better realize that Satan is listening too. So you done gave Satan all the leeway on what to send you. That's when you get into those situations and you see the red flags. But here's one thing about the red flags. We automatically know the red flags even before we get, you can see the red flags on the first day. It's just going to be something about that person, and you're going to step back, but then emotions come in. You don't want to be alone, and you want this person, and then it just get mad. I had to tell someone that. I said, never downplay a man after you don't went all the way with him. Because that just says a lot about you. That says a lot about your character. That says a lot about the men that you are into. So be careful. You have to downplay the man before you take it to the next level.
Yeah.
I mean, don't give them, don't, baby. You have to stop, spreading your love, and then wonder why you still at a certain age hoping for someone to come into your life. You're not giving yourself that recovery period. You have to take a recovery. Like people always say, I was telling someone, I was talking to someone that people they hard on people that smoke crack. Well, I said, don't you know, someone told me, not me, but someone told me, and two people told me, well, several people, crack is only a 20-minute high. 20 minutes, they high, and they'll never get high. And I was like, well, why you keep, and I asked the person, I said, well, why you keep, spending all your money on, to get high? And the person told me, they said, well, because I'm trying to get that first 20 minutes that I know I'll never get. again.
Mm-hmm.
And people are so hard on people, and it really don't make sense. So we living in like I say, people pick and choose. Like, like say for instance, a person get with a person, you hear it all the time.
Yeah.
I have seen where they on drugs and they hold it down. Like they really take care of their home.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't, so they go to work. They really take care of home, and you'll never know it. But
Yeah.
then people categorize everybody. People like, I walk away from that relationship because I couldn't deal with it. But then you're in another relationship going through the same thing. It's just that this time, drugs not involved. It may be alcohol.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I'm gonna ask you this, real quick, Arthur Jan. We have a question from Arthur Z Monchot, who's an author. She released a book they call damn, make sure I get the title right. First, I had to meet me. First, I had to meet
Uh,
me. She has a question. She says, "Do you feel churches try to please the women because they make up most of the congregation?"
of course, a lot of things is not just the church, music, everything is centered around women.
Mm-hmm.
Even with Christ, who was the first one that showed up at the tomb?
True.
Women.
True. True.
Thing is always centered around women, and that's why I tell women you must be careful because women jump on a bandwagon of these men that's telling them what everything they want to hear,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then later their lives are not getting any better. You're still in the same position because people feed off of your vulnerability,
Mm.
your emotions. So when you go to the church, the people in the church already know who's who. You go to church for so long, they don't see you with someone, and guess what? They're gonna keep preaching a message. Now they don't. Oh, now they're getting smart. Now they're gonna start preaching a sermon. Well, God told me to tell you this, and you know that house is gonna come, and all that, because they only saw what you didn't have. They
That
was reading the entire time. I'm talking from experience.
yeah,
Uh,
that's a form that's a form of dogma. When people speaking in dogma format, it's pretty much like the obvious. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So
And,
I mean. I'm gonna ask you this:
go ahead.
as a woman that's pushing a woman to change her mind frame, and because I do believe in self love. I do believe in a lot of things, but some things that you said that center with me that make me think, you know, women that over post, not your IG models and all that. People like, well, you like this and like no. No, they getting bans, but we talking about a foundation of a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Where you gotta always, where a woman or man, they're always posting what's happening, Pam. What's happening? A woman that's always posting on social media while in a great relationship, or you watch when a woman always posting something that's like as if their relationship bad, right? And
Hmm.
they have a good man at home. Like what signals and what type of mind frame is that? Like what's good with you? You feel me?
Yeah. Well, she has not completely submitted herself to him. It's like want your cake and eat it too.
Mm-hmm.
And just like we can talk about biblical all day. The five, the 10 brides, five was wise and five was foolish. And just like what women don't even understand is when you post so much on social media, they have, like I said, you have to separate it. They have someone watching what goes on, and they're paying attention to you in the wrong way. So like I said, a lot of things contribute to a bad relationship. People always like, I went through this and I went through that, but you have to look at everything. You have to go back in the past. You have to go back in your past. You have to research out, you have to, look at everything. But like I said, when you are with someone and you say, okay, this is the person that I want to be with, don't you know how much time it takes to be on social media? It takes hours. It takes time to put to do the right polls. It's
Mm.
just that it's just that some things that people don't want to walk away from. They just want to be. They still wants to be there. I used to tell people, when I was single, I'm single. You can't do what I do, because I could just get up and go. I don't have to answer to anyone. During the time when I was single, I
Yeah.
can't. I don't have to answer to anyone. So you can't live the same life I live, the same lifestyle. It's it's not going to make any sense. But I have always been a straightforward person. I used to, I had friends that I kept everything in order. If I tell a person, look, I had to hurt a lot of people's feelings. Somebody asked me just, did I love? I say, no, I never loved. No, if you keep asking me, I'm going to tell the truth. Because I rather hear something from me than to hear it in the streets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You're not going to know about me in the streets because I'm a woman. Women do things different. I'm not going to sneak. I used to tell a lot of guys that I don't sneak. You can keep on moving. And I was kind of, I think I was kind of a little bit arrogant. I was just who I was. I saw something, I'm talking from experience. I saw something, if I want it, I'm going to get it.
Okay.
But I also boundaries. It's just like it was all the thrill. It was all a thrill ride. But the men open themselves up to that. Because if I come to you, laid back Jan, that's my name on Facebook. I did that for a reason. But if I tell you that this is not what I'm looking for, and you're insisting on you're pushy, you're trying to make something out of this. Okay, I'm going to give you what you want. Now, is it what you really want? Because, and that's just how life was. I was always straightforward. I used to just tell them, I said, I'm going to apologize to you in advance because I may forget your name. I may call you the wrong name. I have done that. To my working out at the gym, I say I have the hookup at the gym, and so when I call the person, I had to apologize. I say I accidentally left the wrong name on your voicemail. I'm sorry.
Damn. My name. My name ain't Jamal.
It's
Jarvis.
That's how straightforward I was. And I used to tell men, don't play games with me. If you know that your mind said you want to take me to bed, we adults. Don't play with me because I'm going to tell you what you want to do. You want to go to bed, it's not gonna happen. Keep on moving.
Yeah, definitely.
And when guys used to call me and they used to, I knew we know when something is not right. Because I had friends, friends, and they used to call me, and I noticed that something was not right. And then okay, are you in a relationship? Yes, well, me and my woman, we have a problem. I say, well, just like you have taken the time to talk to me, you should go home and talk to her like that. Now, I've had situations where, men want to leave home because I have a lot of smoke. I used to. I'm kind of, I'm very settled now. In my younger days, I used to just like to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not a turtle and shit. I just like to have fun.
Yeah.
I like my life interesting. I don't want to know what's going to happen the next day. I'm going to keep it up. I just I don't start that I'm not going to finish because I don't like to be boring. I had men try to walk away from home and I'm like, no, you got to stay right there where you at because I have rules. No, don't be a home wrecker and don't take out of a child's mouth because I won't.
That shit come back around. I have another question for you. It says, I don't know, sometimes I gotta read it because they ask me like I know how you feel, but I'm gonna see. She said, does she feel it's a form of addiction, like people are addicted to the likes, follows, and attention?
Oh, of course, because that's what people center their lives around. Because a lot of that stuff has to do with insecurity. When are insecure within themselves, that's what they do. And like I said, I only talk from experience. Like with me, I used to live in a gym and I just got back into the gym. Anybody work out 7 days, the minimum was 5. And when the attention started coming, when the attention came to me, it was annoying because it was too much. But then I realized that when people used to look at me, I was working out so much, it sent me to the hospital. And I had a regular heartbeat, and the doctor sat down and he asked me, they said, why do you work out? I said, yes. They said, do you work out a lot? I said, no. They said, why you work out so much? You're already small. I did not appreciate the person who I used to be until I gained weight. And, you work around with those weights, muscle turned into body fat. Then I realized, wow, I really didn't appreciate her. Wow. And I used to put media, I used to, put pictures on there because it was all about the attention. Oh, and I'm talking about somebody like your picture. Oh, But but if you was to see me, you'd be like, and I didn't even realize that I was dealing with, some issues, because like I
Right.
said, it was so much had happened to me up until the time I became a woman, until it started showing. Although I felt good about myself, but in reality, I really didn't, because I was always looking for ways to be validated. I used to
Yeah.
always tell people, and yeah, so it was
That's
just
tough.
a lot to deal with.
So I think, like, like myself, I had a validation issue, right? And I feel like at one time in my life I was super dope, but when I hit 35, I became a full blown overdose, right?
Hmm.
I didn't need validation no more. But it was like for a long time validation from the I guess I tell people all the time, a woman can make a man, like you said, want to be better and impress her and go the extra mile, right? And
Hmm.
then I have been with some women that said I'm intimidating, and a lot of times intimidation comes not because of the way I articulate or whatever. It's the way I carry myself. It's the way I'm not the one that needs your taxes. You know what I mean? I have my own. Everything is paid for or this. And I was one of them. I was an advocate. Like, it would be nice to have a woman, but I don't need one. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And then my uncle Ray Sorrell was like, well, a woman that says she don't need a man never had a man, and vice versa. And I'm like, huh, shit, crazy. So when it comes to validation and different things, validation plays a role in a lot of relationships and a lot of just being human being, right? And so
Hmm.
when you talking about everything from you know trauma that you didn't know you had and different things of that nature, when you're trying to change the mind frame of a woman, do you have to dig up those old roots from the ground that's dug like a tree? Roots go.
Yeah,
What you got to do? You feel you got to dig and reopen and relive the trauma, relive those things. This trauma is the reason why this is happening. This happened because of this. Do you feel that have to be the whole tree have to be pulled up in order for this woman to prepare for the greatness that she needs to walk in?
of course, because I was like, okay, say for instance, the recovery process,
Uh huh.
I felt like, oh, because I rolled and I was in a good space, but it was a trigger, and people saw that, that side to me. But like I said, it was dealing with other demons attached to a person. And and I became someone that I didn't like. I became someone I hated, and I didn't like that person. But then I had to take a step back and say, you know what? You're not complete. Your healing is not complete. I thought that, oh, you get to this situation, you do things differently, but it would take that one trigger, and it'll
Mm-hmm.
set you back. So what I had to do,
Set
I
it
had to,
off in this mother. Oh, so I had a
and
boosting moment.
you would become worse. You become worse. I became I became worse. Like, what's up? Like, and then I became someone I like, okay, that's not you. So then I realized that, like I said, I had to go back. I had to understand, because I was without understanding. And
Mm,
I was
can
out of
you?
situation from my past pain
Mm-hmm.
and hurt. And every bit of hurt that I had experienced throughout my life, I was finding that same hurt in someone else.
Mm.
And recently I got to the place and say, you know what? I just need to focus on myself,
Mm-hmm.
put first, put myself as a priority,
Mm-hmm.
up the phone, get off social media, and, even talk to God. I'm not no holy denial person. That people, we hear that so much in the community. But if you don't know yourself, you can't even know God, number one.
Mm.
You can't know yourself. That's a personal relationship that's in your heart. That's not something that people can teach you. They could tell you and help you, but it's a spiritual connection. So you don't have to say I'm a Christian. You don't have to keep proving yourself. Even God said, let your light so shine that men may see your good works and glorify the Father who is in heaven. Your light, your connection to God is, no greater love than this. That's someone who will lay down their life for a friend. Love is the greatest connection that we could ever have to the Most High. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said, I knew of God, but I didn't know God, because I had seen so much destruction. Shake it off. I had seen so much destruction in the church. People was, I'm gonna just say, I just seen some things that happened in there. That I was a little girl. It was like I was going through doors and doors. I remember one time I was running through the church. You had a little get together of people eating, and I remember I saw something, and I was confused. And I went and told my mother. I said, "Mom, I saw something." And my mother, it's just like they brushed it off, and it was like me.
Hold on, I want to know what you saw. I'm like, damn, the telling part. What did you see?
And it was like I was seeing so much. Okay, and then it was where.
What did you tell your mother, Miss Arthur Jan? What did you tell your mama?
I'm gonna talk about that later. But listen, look.
Did you see Moses splitting the Red Sea with the rod? What did you see?
I know one thing. We'll just say it wasn't Judas kissing Jesus on the cheek. We'll just say that.
It was Julian and Jerome. I'm just.
Judas kissed Christ on the cheek. But it was something a little bit deep, and I was shocked. And
she said, "Oh, shark."
No one told me that it was wrong, but I knew. I'm like, and all I could do was just pause, and I just froze. I was like, I know I didn't see what I thought I saw. And adults was doing so much in front of me because I was always so mature. Like I was at school one time and the teacher was talking. They was having a grown conversation, a woman's conversation. And when I walk up, the teacher said, "Oh, you can talk in front of Jan. She's not like the rest of the students. She's not gonna go back and say nothing," which it was always true. I never went back.
Now hold that thought real quick though, right? So, and if you look at that situation and those comments, right, and you look at the parenting of today, logically, what I'm saying? Now, when I was growing up, whether I said anything or not, it was no blurred lines. Just get your little black ass outside and run around them streets. You know what I'm saying? Or get your ass to go. I wasn't allowed to indulge in those conversations. You know what I'm saying? And until I got in my teens, I ain't no church people cuss except the people in my house. You know what I'm saying? I thought all of my people cuss in church until I got older, and I realized everybody else have problems and different things that they got. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things I was naive to or a blind cheek to. Right now, you said something that was crazy that I always point out too. Certain shit that is not addressed in church or in our household, in our upbringing, is not normal, right? Shit is not normal. And a lot of the times the generation before us or the generation that tried to raise us the best way they could didn't know how to handle things like, molestation, rape, internal rape, or, these different things of that nature and that caliber, you know what I'm saying? And they be like, they used to say little shit like, a man gonna be a man. And so when a woman get older, she have a child, and you give her that same advice, and not instead of us as, especially now, this generation from you, me, humble, everybody, ain't no excuse for us to be like, you're like, no, it's okay to that's not fucking normal. That's not cool. It ain't like when grandma and mom and them, 16 years old have you. That shit is not normal. It's not. It's not normal for a 16-year-old to be 30 and your daughter 16. That shit is not normal.
Right.
So it just, I don't know. I just feel like as a culture, and I'll say our women some of our women do have PTSD. The culture of women overall, I think, suffer from PTSD. You know what I'm saying? When let's even take it back. You know what I'm saying? I was born when Reagan was was president. You know what I'm saying? So when I was born, the black father was getting snatched out the homes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then welfare became the father. And then when welfare became the father, now I'm going to give scholarships to the black women to be more imperial. Then the black man came into the play, right? And so now you got welfare, the new baby daddy, new father. We don't need you. Now black women are the most intelligent, more degrees than anybody, right? and that nature. And so now the white coaches are being helpmates, the Asian coaches are being helpmates and buying up our neighborhoods. The Arabs and Indian are coming over here, even though it was Desert Storm, Iraqi Freedom, this, they still can come over here and buy up everything and help make. Meanwhile, our women are put on a platform where they look down on a black man for not having, when they are systematically being played in the game of chess. It's the reason why the queen is the most important piece on the board. They show us every day. You know what I'm saying? They show us every day, and they have replaced our roles in each other's lives with money, scholarship, success, Gucci, Louis bags, the church, the pastor, the first lady, the internet, the I get more hits, I'm popular, you ain't popping type of things. So we can't even communicate to each other. It's to the point where now I can get at least 5 men, unknown men, can come, and let's just talk about black women, okay? This is not a beat up section. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying this generation, 5 black men will take a new couple, a couple that's been dating for, let's say, 6 months, a couple that been a year, and then we're gonna take a married couple that's freshly married, but they've been knowing each other for years. Okay. Then we take a season man. I'm talking about like we've been married since the Last Supper, right? So I can guarantee the two here, the man being vulnerable with that woman, maybe let's say 2.5. Maybe this person right here, they probably, the man and the woman know how to address her man's vulnerability without making him feel less than or downplaying how you feel. Where this generation we come around here, the vulnerability is a form of weakness to that woman, or she downplays and fail to acknowledge that, listen, because these married couples, they understand that man just gave you the biggest compliment if he came to you with tears in his eyes. Meanwhile, these two, because the one in the middle is the X factor, you know what I'm saying? They've been knowing each other, and they freshly married, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So the compliment of vulnerability to a man, to a woman that's a huge compliment. And when that vulnerability get violated, your woman becomes your op. It's automatic because they put you in that defense mode. But we don't explain like, yo, that shit is not normal, right? For a woman not to, and this is a person you're saying that you love, that you like, and that you're going to build with. For a woman to be like, you came to me with that shit, like, or it's something on the time. You must have believed it. No, it's not that I believe it, but you the person that I'm building my team with. So I'm gonna come to you. I want you to know. I don't want nobody sliding and saying some shit that I already knew. So when it come to you, I want us to be like, you be like, yeah, I know we addressed that. You feel where I'm coming from? So I think even with that factor in our culture, it's a problem. It's not normal for that to happen. It's not normal. Right. John can sit in Becky's leg, on her leg, and she gonna rub his tears away. But Mike, Corey, Cedric, Jamal, and whoever, they scared to do that because of how the culture is being programmed. Program builds belief. Once you're programmed, it builds belief. You know what I'm saying? And belief become deadly if it's programmed right.
Right.
So
it all depends on the background because, like I said, I don't agree. I wouldn't agree with everything my parents did, but my father always, when he said certain things, like I grew up in an era where I didn't see the man, doing so much arguing with the woman. I saw my father go to work, and it's just like I said, we have to learn to separate. And society have everybody on one dictation book. We're going to dictate everybody's lives in the same way. So a lot of things factor into a healthy relationship. On a lot of people. Well, my father always taught me, he used to tell me when I was growing up, he said, get in the kitchen and learn how to cook with your mother. Let your mother teach you how to cook because one day you may have to cook for your husband. My father never said you may have to cook with a man. And if any one of us know, you got in a situation, if you became in a relationship, first thing they're going to ask you, I wouldn't say a relationship with me, but it was a convenience. Like my life was like a convenience. So you're just there for convenience, brother. But, it's just like my father used to always say, get in the kitchen and learn how to cook with your mother.
Yeah, yeah.
And
But he said
those
this.
were the
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, no, you find that my mother always, that was something that my mother taught me how to play that wife role. It's just like if you never been taught how to be a wife, then how do you know if you're a wife material? That has to be something that is embedded in us as young girls, young women. And it's so sad that now, like you said, the relationship, the new generation, when a man cry, I don't look at that as a sign of weakness. I look at that as a sign of strength that you was able to even come to me and show me that side of you. And now I respect you even more. Now I know what you are feeling. Women can't tell a man that, oh, you are emotionless. And then when he show emotions, you cut him down. You make him feel like he is not a man. That is wrong. So you have to build him. And at the same time, men must also know when you have a woman in your life, I had to tell someone that do not bracket me as the women that you have dealt with in your past, because we are not the same. And it was so wrong on so many levels. Like I don't cheat. I'm not going to play games. I don't do that. But if you have a conversation, you ask someone something, maybe three, I give you three. But don't keep asking the person that over and over and over and over. Now you're trying to change me.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what people, now you're trying to change me. You're trying to make me someone I'm not. You're trying to turn me into someone I'm not. I can accept you with all your flaws. Don't get on the phone and put your bit. But when it comes to me, you're trying to change me. So those are some of the experience that I have.
I just,
Don't ask.
I'm,
Yeah.
I
Don't,
just, I'm sorry. I think it's the delay. I think it's the delay. Don't worry. I have this Zoom thing up sooner or later. This is my first night trying it. I want the people to see you and have a personal conversation with you. They can see master voice with the face. I just feel like when you changing the mind frame up, and when a woman does little things, and you, like I said, if you show me more than one time, I'm not who you want to build with. That's cool. But also, I'm not gonna take no lazy woman. I mean by that, it's like, if I give you the blueprint, if I lay everything out, and I don't see no progression, then I start feeling a type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a representation. You're a representation of me, and I represent you. I think that should be equally understood, right? And so,
yeah.
and
Oh,
so,
definitely.
and so, with that being said, even when you talk about trying to change me, don't try to make me the man that don't try to make me the guy you let get away. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
That's how I feel. You trying to make me out the guy you let get away. You know what I'm saying? I'm the second coming of that. Don't. I'm not with that type of smoke because I'm gonna hurt your feelings. And I'm very direct and bold with how I stand on that because it's a blessing curse. But I have my own. I have my own. Can nobody make break me on that? So but when I
Mm-hmm.
do try to love and show, and I feel like it ain't measuring up to where I think it should be. Not only not where I think it should be, but where my standards are. And we talked, this the key word. We talked about the standards. We talked about the standards. That's one thing when we don't establish no expectations. That's one thing. We
Mm-hmm.
already know that shit can go to hell. But once
Yeah.
it's an understanding, now that's a
Mm-hmm.
problem. Cause somebody
Right.
reneging. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that's what a lot of that clashing and stuff. Real quick before I turn it back over to you, let me read some of these comments. I think you already answered the addiction question. I think let me spell this word so I won't go to Facebook jail. Hook Kerr is addicted to the attention. Hey, you need help. He said Madonna said girls just want to have fun. I think that was earlier when you were talking about like he said girls said she want Madonna needs to sit down somewhere with her thirst traps. I got a wow, I got a 100, I got a true. Jamil Bentley Ray Gordon. My mama used to say, get out of grown folk people mouth. I wish I can go back in time and tell her pause. I hope your mama slap you in your pause, mama. The way you oh, my boy CC. Glad you have a lady on the program. Yeah, man. You know, she blew me out when she was in Hollywood. She like, nah, I don't do them little podcasts. You know what I'm saying? She like, I'll do the little podcasts. Tyler Perry read my book. I'm just playing. Appreciate it, OCC. Our women are told you don't need a man. Everything you want, you can get and do on your own. So we'll address that as well. We'll, you so stupid. He
I
said,
know they had some moments. Look, I've been trying. I'm like, God, I can't. I just told you know what I did to the picture. I just said, you know what? I'm not fighting with this no more. I just put it in the cabinet. I put it in the cabinet. I said, you know what? Then I went to the store and I brought another bottle of junk. I couldn't open that one. The third one, I was able to get it open. I just put the stuff in the cabinet and left it alone. I said, I don't have time for this.
He's like, where's my man when I need him? I can't open this. You done fucked up your root canal. You trying to
Yeah.
Now your insurance done went up all because you have a man to open the bottle.
Yeah, I couldn't deal with it. Like it was too much. And that's something I have to look. I have to get at least about a table and a stool, you know, just to beat on the ceiling. Sometimes little kid be running over my head like, I'm surprised he quiet tonight.
They not turned up. I ain't gonna hold you too much longer, man. We're gonna talk a little bit more about your book. We're gonna address some of these comments or whatnot. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna hold you too long. I know Cali. It's early over there. What is it? 6:00 over there? It's 7:00 in Cali?
Yeah, no. It's 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Huh?
You know, so I say great conversation.
Oh yeah, we're gonna dive in. We're gonna get in your book a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to know how. You know what I'm saying? I know one of the things is holding a woman accountable to change the mind frame. You know what I'm saying, or whatnot. But let me see. He said the sad thing is way too many men disrespected the sacrifices that sisters have made for centuries, especially in the 60s and beyond. Bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. I'm reading a song, guys. Too short. Too short. Many sisters being brought in with niggas ain't shit buying into its self-destruction. And I agree with that a lot. But women are double standing with that bitch word though, cause they be like, "Hey yo, bitch, did you see that lace front there blue to the west?" Then they be like, "I'm that bad bitch." You know, it's weird. It's weird.
You can't call me that. I'm not going to never address myself as that. Don't even someone, you know, if a woman talk to me like that, well, I'm just going to cut her off. Because I'm not the lowest of the low. But then, it's like when you said the disrespect part, it's a lot that goes into that because, like I say, for instance, talking from experience, women it's just that, like I said, you have to learn how to separate them. Woman, prostitute, horse. That's just facts.
What about sluts?
Well, I don't think about
She's like, that's not in my book. Wait a minute. I'm just playing. Hey, I'm just messing with you. I'm definitely going to Facebook jail. See, he said we have to be the solution to our problem. Attack our external enemy publicly. External enemy publicly. And
well, if we want to stop, if we want to correct things, like I said, we have to correct all things. Mm-hmm. We can't just pick and choose. We can't say, "Oh, I'm going to help the relationship," without talking about the homewrecker. A woman looking for an opportunity. I have never. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be straight up.
Yeah, that's what this show is about. Talk that talk. That's what you here for.
I told everybody I'm from the people that you read about in the Bible. I'm the one that's straight up. Like Christ said, fools. Now, stop trying to be, to be like Christ was perfect. Christ threw that table over here. Let's talk about that. But I just never, I never seen such
Christ, because he said, "Damn you to hell, thy art, gambling in thy studio." Go ahead.
I never seen such stupidity in all my life. I have been around women that we see this type of stuff on the news all the time about the people that you allow around your daughters. I had to get on before recently. You say you have a 16-year-old daughter, and you're gonna tell me you're pregnant or you about to marry somebody you don't even know. and you in a hotel room and you say you and this person are living over your daughter. You don't even know this person. So we need to talk about everything, because you trying to prove yourself to another woman. You trying to show this woman that, oh, I'm gonna take this man and do what you can't never do what a good woman do. So you can get that out of your head. You can spread them and drop them and twerk all you want, but you will never be able to do what a real woman do. And here's the thing, women, there's always a way to get whatever you want from a man. Men are we make a lot of things men are attractive to.
Like what?
If you meet a man, looking a certain way, don't get comfortable when you get the man, and then you just become, putting the Bible in the bedroom. And don't bring a Bible in the bedroom. Now,
say it again. Don't be giving me that. Thanks.
In the bedroom. Talking about holier than thou talk. And baby, you got to spice your life up. Now, I don't have no problem in that area. I don't have no problem. Never have, never will. If I'm by myself, it's by choice. I can promise anyone that. I don't like my life to be boring. There are some things that I'm just not going to put up with.
Yeah.
I can't put up. I'm not going to even give a man that much of my time. If he's a cheater, then guess what? I'm not going to say a cheater. He's a womanizer.
Mm-hmm.
He's a womanizer. He like women, but guess what? He really don't like women. It's some insecurity that he has gone on with him. And there go the women. You stroking his ego. That's why men play with women. Look at their past. Probably was going through high school and was the least of them. Oh, found a little glitch, put some clothes on, got a good job, and showed front money in women's faces, and they ran for it. And then now they want to sitting on the sideline talking about, oh, he did me this, and oh, he's no good. Talking about he's a dog. Well, a dog just hit and run. A cat still around. He's a cat. He ain't no dog. We're no more like the attitudes of a dog, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So when you start hitting, you start sleeping with everybody, that's just what dogs do. Dogs hit and run. They wait till the female dog is ready to breed. You're gonna see a line of dogs waiting, and when the breeding season is over, they're going about their business.
Mm-hmm. And they're giving up the just community coochies, just.
Well, you must be you talking about dogs, mate. They're not dogs, they're cats. Cats will get comfortable and cats will hang around, and cats, they're cats. It ain't no dogs. The dog will hit you and run. You ain't gonna see that dog no more.
Yeah, little nasty red rocket. Just not.
But like I said, it's just that the woman movement started a lot of stuff for women. It's just started that I want to be equal. I want to have equal rights. So you can't pick and choose. Either you want to be the weaker vessel, or you want to have equal rights.
Hell yeah, cause that's what I said. Yeah. Like if you hit me, I'm filing charges. You know what I'm saying? Because you going cause I be damn if I hit you with this deadly left and give you this equal right, and you talking about something, he hit me. Nah, we both. You said no, just joking. I'm just bullshit. Check this out. Wait. Tisha's in the middle. What's up, T? Thank you. I appreciate it. Jamil said, if you address yourself as a bit, don't get mad when I call you that. If you don't respect yourself, how the hell you expect me to? I'm gonna tell you why with that though. Even I still my it's hard sometimes, but I still try to treat a woman as the queen that she is, even though she don't see it in herself. You know what I'm saying? If that don't work, I call my big sister and she beat your mother. All right, one goes Lex. No, but I mean, I try to respect. Cece said, this John Key D comments are coming in. You got it's popping in here. The younger ladies like to call themselves bitches. Thank you, sister. Thank you, sister Bromfield. Speak the truth. If a woman Jamil said, if a woman feed me blue jello, she can have it all. What's wrong with him, man? Bingo, and bingo was his name. I got to start reading these before I read them out loud. Thank you. Keep that Bible at the church. Ike Turner, Cedric Bellamy. No, it's not Ike Turner, because I would never beat a woman up over a record studio. I have an older sister, God bless me with, and I do go call her and be like, I need you to fly to Texas because this girl that hit me in my eye. She almost jumped on my daughter. My daughter punched me in my nose. Called my sister on her. But check this out. let's talk. Let's go. What is some of the key things from your book that you want people? If somebody like, why should I get this book? She got a lot to say. Is the book this spicy when she talking in the book? Is she talking like this in the book? What's some of the things you want them to take away from the book, and where can we find the book?
Well, you know what? Let me explain that. I had a website up. I wasn't really paying attention to a lot of things because I'm one person. And I told everyone, I said, everything I do, it's a different book.
Mm-hmm.
You touch everything because, some people may want to know about the church. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Or maybe want to have an answer for this. So it's a book that covers everything. Like I said, but it's, I have to take my time with it. And it's just a lot that went into this stuff. And I don't have a website up, but I could put that up. That's won't be a problem because, like I said, right now I'm just one person. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, everything been kind of like put on hold.
Pandemic stopped everything though. It's everything.
Yeah, and the book it goes into a lot of things. It's like I'm trying to cover everything at one and trying to just take all this information, all this knowledge, and put in a book. Now, do I say things like I say? Yeah, I grew up in the church, but I'm a different breed of the church. I'm not that person I can't be someone I'm not. I'm not going. I told someone before. I said, look, do not put me in a long dress. I say because that's not me. That's not my personality. Do not put makeup on me because I'm not looking like I'm in somebody's casket. That's not who I am.
Yeah, you like, hey yo, put that dress on. I need my knees to breathe. I want a skirt. My knees need to breathe. What's wrong with you?
I will compromise, but it's not what you wear, but
it's how you would. I got a question coming in. They're like, well, can they get hard copies of the book?
They get a hard copy. Like I said, I'm gonna give you that information when I put the website and everything back up.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, we like you said, we're gonna have to do a 2-part.
Yeah,
so we talking about everything, like how the church been manipulating people, robbing people.
Well, we talk about that like we talk about that like so every day. Like I think I probably need to hear from somebody because they think I'm just church hurt. I'm not church hurt. I really don't give a damn about it. So I just want the business in order, the business. But that's beyond here and there though. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna ask you this question, and I'm not saying that I'm not trying to be mannish. I'm not trying to be mannish, and I'm not asking question about your sexual life and stuff of that nature. So I know what I'm saying, but I'm asking in the book since we address everything. What about do you address about sexuality or the sexual relationship between men and women when woman pleasing her man, and within this book?
I don't think I went. That's probably something I verse out opinion. I verse it on the air like we doing now.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about earlier. Like I say, I had a coworker one time, and he had the man that was out there with other women, and for matter of fact, it was so bad. She said, "Let me use your phone," and she was talking to him, coming on to him. I said, "Well, you're gonna have to give me your phone," and she was coming on to him with my phone, use me and like to talk to him. And it wasn't until one day I showed up at their house for Thanksgiving dinner. She said my name, and he realized, oh, Jan, wait a minute. I remember you. I remember I was talking to you, not realizing that she was actually talking to him. Like she had set him up using me.
Damn, catfished him.
So I told her she used to just come to work and not comb her hair. And I said, well, I started giving her pearls. I said, you want the man attention? I said, you're a nice looking young woman. I said, but look how you come to work. I said, do you think that man he's going to give you the attention that you want? So what I told her to do, I said, go get your hair fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And she hair fixed for the first time. I said, go get your hair fixed. So she went and got her hair fixed. And she said, he looked at her. And she said, Jan, he noticed my hair. He's so like, wow, I never seen that before, but she didn't know how to keep it up. Damn. Then I told her, okay, you have his attention. Now put on a sexy dress. Get you some heels, put on. I said, do you have a sexy dress in the closet? She said, yes, I do. I said, do you have heels? She said, yes, I do. I said, do you know how to walk in? She said, yes, I do. I said, now go ahead. You have your hair fixed. Put that dress on and go to the store. I said, go to the store and see what his reaction going to be. She said, okay. She said, okay, I'm going to do it. So she went to the store and she said, then she came back. She told, oh, I forgot something else at the store. He said, no. Give me the keys. I'm going to get what you need from the store. And she said the next morning she woke up to breakfast.
Dang.
He woke up, he was cooking breakfast and he caressed her. But you have to want it. You have to know how to do it. It takes a lot of work, but the other person must be willing to meet you halfway.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
just like whatever you want, whatever you are hoping for, work toward that in yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
Stop saying accept me for who I am, then he just won't have me. And then you crying, but you keep going through the same thing. Keep your life interesting. And guess what? You'll become all the attention that you need. Like with me, one thing I refuse to do is allow myself to go down. I'm going to show every woman when I step in the place, when I step in the building, number one, I'm going to keep my character clean. Number one, I tell women think because you're good, you lose. No, just because you're by yourself don't mean you lost. Because when you step up in the building, everyone is going to notice you. Talk from experience. So what I do, I fix myself up. I do what I need to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm the type of person, I'm going to show you better than I could tell you. Because what I don't know women is that somebody else is watching his woman. And they know when you have a good woman. Now, I done had that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and say, hey, I wanted to know if you want to just go hang out. You want to go to the movies. And the same person that person would call this, being sneaky, didn't understand that was all a setup for his homie.
Yeah.
Now, I could have been that way because the gifts and everything was coming. The gifts, let's go on a trip. Let's go do this. But I didn't. I didn't cross the line because there are boundaries that I don't cross.
Yeah, and plus that that gives out bump bed caskets. You want to play like that, so but like.
But yeah, I was very, like me. I know it's like I said. I'm in a position because this is my choice.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a problem of somebody said I'm gonna walk away from you. I had a problem of they realized that I had a genuinely good person in my life. I have never had this friendship. I've had people come back to me and say, thank you, because I'm not big on a lot of things. I don't celebrate stuff because I rather take the money and don't buy me. Like, say, for instance, I want a ring. I said, give me a ring. Like most women, they want this ring for, to compete with their girlfriend. He has to buy me the biggest diamond. I'm like, if you buy me the biggest diamond, I'm just going to take it and pawn it, and I'm going to get something for $27. My love shouldn't have a price tag on it. I don't do things. You don't have to buy me a Valentine's Day gift. Give me the money and let me put it up and invest it into our life.
Look, she talking that talk.
I don't want all of that stuff. You don't have to. If you have done something for me, the best Christmas present that you can ever give to me, or any holiday you can ever give to me, is continue to give me yourself. Life shouldn't be based on material things. That's why people are in the shape that they're in. If a man is good to you, accept him for who he is. Allow him to want to do that for you. Don't put pressure on him and say, oh, my girlfriend have this, and you don't know what's really going on in your girlfriend's house. I could tell you about the girlfriend story. If your girlfriend is broadcasting, now we as women, no, we don't tell our secrets. We keep it to ourselves. We keep it to ourselves, but like people put too much emphasis on a lot of things. Either you're going to that person, if you are who you say you are, then guess what? You could leave an everlasting impression on that person's heart, whether you are with them or not. You could turn somebody bad into somebody good. It's like, okay, someone who was talking on a broadcast one time, and a man talking about, he met the woman and, he do everything for her. He said, but she still wants to hang out with his friend. And I just had to tell him, I said, what you want from her is not what she wants. I said, whether you get her in the club, I said, and she's still going to the club, I said, you could do everything for this woman.
Fact.
Vice versa. She could meet a man that don't do half as much as you do. And she'll change her entire life for him.
Wow.
And he won't even get. So then, like you were saying earlier, I heard one of the show you, like people talking, I want what my grandparents had. You might want to X that off your calendar. Because if we want to tell the truth, we know what our grandparents had. They was running through the family. They was sleeping with sisters. If they could sleep with the chickens, the cows, they was just nasty.
Just nasty.
They was nasty. And people talking about, I want what my yeah. You got what your grandfather, you got what your grandparents had. That's why you still by yourself. Did you not
Damn.
say? Did you not say
Bang.
you want your grandparents had? The difference is the women just kept their mouths closed and
Mm.
they held the house down.
Yeah,
Shoot,
fact.
okay, when you was eating those bologna sandwiches, if you did eat them, or the
Exactly.
hot dog, the grand.
Your granddad is your uncle, brother, nephew, cousin. You just talking about you don't know how it work out. I'm gonna read some of the comments to you real quick and give you some of your I'm gonna give you your accolades and your flowers while you're here. They said they want the book. BUUUUUK book. That's how you put it. He said we finna get the book. The one that said, okay, I'm gonna stop now. Name the name of the book one more time. What's the name of the book?
Changing the mindset of a woman.
Changing the
Uh,
mindset of a woman.
here, here, this is me.
Oh, I
You
just
know,
asked
yeah.
you for a hard copy. You gonna send it over to? Okay, you know what? Just mail a couple more. I'm here. No, I'll take care of all that. Somebody must call you. They blocked you off again. I'm a
So my, just a second, I have to charge my phone up. I'll
Okay.
be right back.
All right. I'm gonna reply some of y'all. Y'all definitely being man. You definitely being managed. First of all, Bentley, I'm not being managed. Don't make me. Don't I'm not being managed, Bentley. Sit your goddamn scoop bowl head ass down somewhere. Nobody being managed. You know what I'm saying? You see, hey man, stop trying not to look at my comments. Look at the screen, man. I got 3 screens up here, bro. You know, just gotta zoom in. Yo, you tripping. Hey, with the numbers of too many women to men, what are y'all perspective on? Okay, I'm gonna ask that question right there. How you say that? Polyamic, whatever. How you say that? Polyamorous. When we got 2 girlfriends in the whatever it called poly life. There we go. Gotta remind them sometimes. I'm gonna remind. Wait before I get this new growth did. And I'm gonna get my beard shaved up. Then I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? Cause I've been in the gym lately. You know what I'm saying? Getting this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like Tyrese crawling through the cover. You know what I'm saying? Well, hey, I'm gonna go back and read some of these comments once you get there. I'm telling y'all, I'm back in the gym. I'm gonna get my hair redreaded because right now I got the J. Cole in the front. Then I'm gonna get my beard on lined up real quick. Gonna be dark, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna look like I'm on the BET movie. You know how they make no dark skinned man with their beards and shit like that? Oh yeah, like that. Cause I may cut my hair. Never.
Yeah,
So,
I remember my days when I used to go in there. Lord have mercy, I used to clown them in so bad. They used to be in there, they used to be in there doing the waist and trying. I didn't realize that was the man, woman that he was dating. And I told him, I walk up to him, I say, "You're doing that wrong. It's in Nigeria, you're wrong for that." But I used to, Jim is. I would tell any woman, start working on what you want. Like I said, honey, you have to make it. You have to make men. What women don't realize, men are like what they call y'all lions. Men are territorial. They could be with 20 women and you go out there and let them see you with somebody else.
I just had this conversation like I just had this conversation how men are psych. I think it was yesterday or the day before. They were like, "Hey, so how did y'all sleep together?" It is just, and then when he like, "Did you suck his yay or nay?" That determines how that motherfucker gonna flip. But you did what? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's you right about that. Men can't take that shit, boy.
They take it, especially if you are a good woman. Stay true to your character. You don't have to do all of that. Men don't expect us to, like, a man could do whatever, but let you do it. Their world is gonna fall apart. They'll never look at you the same. Oh, you just don't crush
You
his world.
whore. Oh, sorry.
Harder for a man. It's harder for a man to get over a woman. Women think it's harder for them to get over men. It's harder. It's much harder for.
I
It's harder.
always we had a segment. I think it was last year. Because I'm gonna bring my team back. I'm gonna bring the Battle of the Sexes team back eventually. But we had who started that topic? I think it was Nafisa. Who fall in love fastest, and who takes a cheating or a heartbreak worse? I think men fall in love fast. I think men fall in love fast and they deal with a breakup the worst. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they got a certain standard, a badge they walk around, and you break them down, boy. Early one morning, I found whatever Uncle Sam said. I don't want to see you again. I would have beat my best friend up. He sent me a goddamn letter. I'm sorry. I'm older, but I'm still a millennial. So what that means, you know what I'm saying? I do walk by faith, and sometimes I drive by it too. Twerk, you know what I'm saying? Y'all feel me? Battle rap bars. Let me read some of these comments to you real quick. Somebody said, no, I'm not being managed. This is why I'm ignoring your comments. With the number of too many women to men, where are y'all perspectives on the poly life? My perspective on the poly life is one woman is a fucking headache. I don't want to deal with two. One period, you know what I'm saying, is enough. Two period is like ... I don't want to deal with it. I'm cool. I'm fucking cool with it.
People are in monogamous marriages because when you keep getting married, that's monogamous. What's the difference? It's just
Ooh,
that
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I see how you did that. So you saying if you marry, get a divorce, and marry again, that's wrong?
well, the thing is, okay. Like
Yes
I
or
said,
no? I just playing with you.
well, it's
I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
so, we have to get into that, but but
Okay.
if we go to a standpoint, if the law man, the government, it's okay. But see, what a lot of people don't understand is a lot of that stuff is part of the Roman Catholic lifestyle, and it was just to serve the purpose because the men wanted other men, women. And so, if you, in order to get it, because the ages started changing, in order to get the other man, woman, you had to give a woman authority.
Yeah,
And so,
it is a rank structure to it. Like
yeah,
I had one of my sister. I call her my sister. My homegirl Ro. She came on the show one time and broke it down how the rank system goes inside of that. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I don't do fucking ranks because I was in the military for a long time. So that I hated it. Two, one woman is enough, and it's in a headache. And when you get with one woman, you're already in a poly relationship because she got split personalities, crazy as hell. So that's how we deal with that. Get mad, y'all can counsel me. I don't care, whatever. Y'all know you be at the altar to my. Do you take this loved man as your husband? To my son, we do. What the fuck?
so what's the difference? Okay, think
Mm-mm.
about it. What is the difference of someone being married? You've been intimate with that person, then it don't work out. You get a divorce. You marry someone else. What is the difference between someone who's doing the exact same thing without the title?
One got a tax paper that said you belong to me. You see the last name?
That's all. But technically, like I said,
I saw what you did there.
people like a lot of that stuff has nothing to do with a married couple.
Yeah, yeah.
It's right there. That's the Roman Catholic belief.
And I don't even
Like
vote.
I woman to be my awfully wedded wife. That's Roman Catholic. They wrote that vow.
Yep.
And people be saying, about, oh, I'm not Catholic. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're following the Catholic belief. The Pope, you're following the Catholic belief. The ring, the woman don't realize that the ring on your finger does not symbolize a connection. The ring in your nose, it will symbolize a marriage. When when they put that ring on the woman's nose, that's when she officially became a part of her husband.
Oh fuck! Who was Tupac married to? Shit.
Yeah, the nose. It goes the woman. Like you might see the Indian women. You notice a lot of them have an earring, the ring in their nose.
Yep.
The nose ring is a symbol of you belong to somebody.
Yep.
Not that you can take off, because you'll have a hard time trying to take that thing out your nose. You're trying to go in the bathroom and cheat. They're like, I gotta take my ring out my nose. If you lose it, then your husband know that you've been out there doing something.
Oh, you've been out here thotting. I can tell by your nose. You've been out here thotting. It's in your nostrils.
Yeah. So when they be like, I said yes, and they be flashing their little ring, I be laughing like, yeah, you said yes.
So they should be like this. I said yes. I said yes.
Yeah.
I said yes.
Oh, the nose piercing represents a marriage.
But man, myself and so this delay is killing me. We're gonna fix this next time. How y'all hearing us on the other end? Well, nobody didn't send me no text message, so it must be good. I know. Me and my uncle was talking about African culture and stuff about marriage and stuff. How people don't understand it. It's not about the ring. It was how the nose ring. In different cultures, India and stuff, the nose ring indicate that you're married and stuff of that nature. But yeah, that's the y'all getting. Then everybody like that's dope. You got a woman on the program. Like okay, got it. She's like, I'm see. Author Z
You
my
know,
show said you got to remind them sometimes. Yeah.
uh,
Hey, she's from. You originally from Louisiana, correct?
well, I live.
Uh, I'm gonna tell you why. Cause this next.
Don't say that too loud. I might have some deep sea. I'm just
No,
kidding.
no. Reason why, because one of the comments is hilarious. It said, "I love how she said breakfast. She said breakfast. Break.
Oh my God! But you know what? I hear that my mother. I'm kind of like in between places.
It's
My mother
breakfast.
was from Mississippi, and my father was from somewhere. You know, when I thought where my father was from, I
Uh huh.
found out that from Magnolia, Mississippi. So I'm kind of like caught up in the middle of accent. So
Okay.
when I
Yeah.
go back, like where you from, I be confused. I have to think like I'm
Yeah.
from here.
And he heard that
It's
accent. He said you spelled instead of
I
saying
don't have,
breakfast. It's,
I don't have. That's why I can talk like I talk.
yeah.
People
Yeah.
think they think, oh, you have no. I don't hide anything.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't hide.
Yeah.
I
You.
didn't sneak when I was younger. I'm not gonna, do all that
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
now.
You
Yeah.
country as you country as a catfish sandwich now. You country.
Uh-huh. Well, hey, look, laid back country girl, yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
hey, 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 hey.
I, my roots. I don't deprive myself of my hair. But you know what? I don't claim. I claim. But you know what? You said something earlier.
Uh huh.
You know, like people, they always, they talk about Africa,
Uh huh.
and they say Africa is the motherland.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's their motherland. I want the land where all the prosperity was. That's the children of Israel. So you have
Ooh. Well,
you have the Israel.
due
We'll
to
go another time.
I hear
But
you. Well, in my case, my
it's
mama
so
bought
much.
the whole block. So every now and then I go home to the motherland because we actually own it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting that out there. Let me read
Hey,
these
well,
comments.
okay.
I'm gonna give you some
But
comments.
yeah, I post up a video on my page, Lean Back Jan.
Mhm.
I don't know if you tagged me, but yeah, I post up a video on my page, and I was breaking down a lot of things that I had found out that people were just, it's so much manipulation, and it's just so much. Like you said, the church. That's what I talk about in my life. The church was the starting point of my life. I say anything of too much of anything is never good. We was in church all the time. Yeah, I'm a soldier on the army. Then I had to realize what some of those songs was that people were singing. I'm ready to go on to glory, and like I'm like, wait a minute, we didn't realize what we were saying.
I
Like we,
did. You couldn't. Hey, you can check my history as a kid. Even now with these preachers, now I'm like, yo, I'm not saying that cotton picking shit, man. Like I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? You go to church and we're looking for a breakthrough. You come out quoting roots lines and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Nah. And
yeah,
give me 1 second. Tramil said, "Love shouldn't have a price tag on it." Fact, sister. Burn Hill speaking that real. A man knows a woman if she carries herself right. Facts. I can read Legacy mind. He's waiting on me to say something else crazy. Nope. I'm being civilized for the rest of the show. After that, breakfast. Leave her eat breakfast. You got 100. I had to tell a young lady is that her value is Dooney and Burke product. I let her go. One of the best choices I ever made.